I don't know if you've ever played volleyball right when the sun's going down, but everyone's having a good time. And then right as the sun's going down, everyone starts getting hit in the face with the ball and so on. Because what's happening is your time is getting out of sync now. Now that's an example of a short-term fast change, but on a longer time scale, as you grow from a baby to an adult, it takes a longer time to send signals out to your hand and get signals back. And so all of this led me to think a while ago, somehow the brain is having to figure out what its expectations are. It's having to modulate on the fly how long it expects for signals to come back. And so I hypothesized that the brain is always doing this on the fly. It's always recalibrating. It's readjusting the expected time that it takes for signals to come in. But how does it do that? And the answer is by interacting with the world. Because whenever you touch things or you kick things or you do anything like that, your brain is saying, okay, everybody synchronize your watches. I'm putting out an action, and what I expect is that I'm going to see it and hear it and feel it all at the same time. That's the prior expectation that it comes to the table with. And if I hit the table and it goes hit, knock like that, my brain will adjust the timing. In other words, your brain doesn't know in advance how long your limbs are or what the lighting level is or how fast sound travels and so on. It just figures out what it needs by reaching out and interacting with the world. It just needs to embed the single assumption that if it sends out an action, such as a knock on the table or a clap of the hands, all the feedback should be assumed to be simultaneous, and any delays between the senses should be adjusted until simultaneity is perceived. In other words, the best way to predict the expected timing of the signals is to interact with the world, is to go out and touch and kick and push and knock on the world, and your brain makes the assumption that all the feedback is simultaneous. The best way to predict the future is to create it. You cause something and all the consequences should be synchronized. That's how you keep yourself calibrated. So, just to be clear, what this suggests is that if the feedback signal arrives with a delay, the brain's going to adjust things to make it seem like it happened closer in time. So I took this hypothesis, and in my lab, we created a very simple experiment. You come into the lab and you're seated in front of a button. And whenever you hit the button, that causes a flash of light. You press the button, the light flashes. But then we sneakily inject a small delay in there, let's say 100 milliseconds. So you hit the button and then the flash of light appears. What happens very quickly is that your brain adjusts to the delay. Because you're the one causing it, the button and the light are interpreted as simultaneous, or at least close to simultaneous. So after just a couple of hits, it doesn't feel like 100 millisecond delay. It feels like the button press and the flash are happening at the same time. Why? It's because your brain is the one putting out the action, so it knows what to expect. And then we pull the big trick on you. After your brain is used to this delay and thinks this is simultaneity, now you press the button and we make the flash happen immediately, no delay. And what is your perception? You think that the flash happened before you hit the button. So you hit the button, the flash occurs immediately, and you say, whoa, I didn't do that. It flashed just before I hit it. Now, this is amazing to witness because this is an illusory reversal of action and effect. You hit the button, but you believe the consequence happened before your action. Your brain gives you the wrong answer because it has adjusted. It expects a certain delay, and now we've tricked it. Now, this is a very simple experiment that you can reproduce at home with a little bit of programming, but it's a really big deal because it demonstrates that the timing you perceive in the world is not what's truly happening out there, but an easily manipulated story put together by your brain.